Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucy. We're recording this. It'll come out Monday, but it's recorded on Halloween, on the eve of All Souls, All Hallowed Witches.
Spooky
Day. We haven't had one kid come here. What's going? Why are no kids coming? We got candy. I got candy to give these kids.
They don't come into the apartments.
I tried to set up a series of signs of, just saying, hey, is candy available?
I don't understand why they don't.
Under 18 only. Under
where
18 only.
Where kids will come into the apartments. It could be a smorgasbord.
For who?
For the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, you just one door, knock, knock, knock. The next door, knock, knock, knock.
One door, knock you out. Drag in. Some kids dressed up as a Pikachu. All of a sudden, someone's playing peekaboo.
That's just a double treat then.
Molestation? What do you mean? It's horrible. But also, good point. Yeah, it's exciting. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting week. I just watched a video that made me really annoyed. I don't want to give the guy credit. It was about Metroid Dread. I've beating Metroid Dread now 100% on both regular and then hard mode. I'm a gamer boy again. I'm gonna do speed runs. I've been talking on Patreon. I'm perhaps doing a Twitch. I might transform into a gaming / podcaster. What do you think of that? What do you think of me doing speed runs, doing speed, just fucking yeah.
Can we do speed runs of that Lion King game?
I mean, we could. I mean, it looks like a horrible game. I've only.
No, it's great. You're Simba. You're swinging from the little.
We're talking about you're talking about the SNES Lion King game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Metroid Dread, one of a majestic, triumphant return to glory for the Metroid franchise, and you want to play some shitty Lion King game from the 90s where you're playing
people do competitive
some
speed
cuck
runs.
lion.
People do competitive screen rides of the Lion King game.
I showed you and they look like buffoons. Even within that community of speed running for charity, when I used to watch these videos, what are those Games Done Quick or whatever, it's a fun channel. They do charity speed run events, and look, these are not people you necessarily want to hang out with. Speed runners, I don't know. They might molest you. They might. Or just be awkward. I don't know
if they have the confidence to molest.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, they might, get really into, Sailor Moon and tell you about that all day. I'm saying, though, even amongst these people who weren't necessarily the alphas, I respect their skills. But even amongst those people, the Lion King gamers were not the cream of the crop. They were fucking up left and right. They couldn't even get their own thing going. No one respects.
That's because it's so hard. It's deceptively difficult.
No one respects the game enough to take it, except for these clowns. They go, I can't speedrun Super Metroid like the big boys. I'll try shitty Simba, the cuck lion who let his daddy die.
The Lion King game might be harder than Metroid.
Why didn't Simba save his...
Don't step on that. I said the Lion King game might be harder than Metroid.
Yeah, I believe that.
Have you ever tried to do a speed run of that?
I mean, it's just there's no intricacy to it. How you get a sequence break on the Lion King? Metroids aren't this. I mean, the new Metroid is relatively hard and challenging, but it's not much that the games are so hard.
Yeah.
But the speed running aspect, because there's so many nooks and crannies to it. You can get in, you can sequence break, you can get the speed spark before you get the goddamn screw attack or whatever. And then you skip a step, and then you beat the giant moth without needing to get the plasma beam. You understand what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, but in the Lion King game, you have to
let your dad die. Is that a sequence break?
You have to jump from buffalo to buffalo or antelope to antelope during the stampede.
People aren't going to take it seriously. I'm trying to get into a legitimate expanding of our media thing here.
And you swing from coconuts.
You want me to birth my Twitch stream with stupid Lion King? What's next? My Little Pony. I Killed My Mother.
Why not?
Why couldn't Simba save his daddy? He's a lion.
Yeah, I mean he was a cub at the time.
Well, cuck. Right?
That's true.
I mean, That's not exactly Chad. Or Chad's good. I always forget which one of the Chads. That incel stuff. Am I mixing up genres here?
Scar was a Chad, yeah.
Scar was the Chad. So what was Simba?
And Simba was an incel.
Okay. Simba don't fuck. No, I won't be playing Lion King. You can play that in your Twitch stream. People can't handle the Metroid action. They come see Lucy playing Lion King,
If they need a challenge.
jumping on hippos. We a bunch of fucking idiots. But this guy was shouldn't say, I'm not gonna spend $60 on Metroid Dread because it's a 2D game. I'm used to playing Hollow Knight or whatever, or like Axiom Verge, and I spend $20 on those. This is a polished game, an engineered game with sequence breaks and intricacies and graphics that are, it's 2D. So's your mom's tits.
Their mom's tits are 2D?
I don't know. I'm trying to get 2D. Is that too aggressive?
Well, I just think that their mom's tits would be 3D,
It's
right?
flat.
Oh, yeah.
They get them?
You got them.
Yes. I don't know. I just get mad about that sometimes. But Metroid Online. This is not gonna be the whole show. We're not a gaming show.
Yet.
Yeah. I mean, you can sound off in the comments what games you want us to play. We could play Ninja Turtles, the NES game. We could play. Someone on Patreon today said they wanted me to play Dark Souls. Are you familiar with Dark Souls?
I'm not.
Notoriously hard games. These Dark Soul games where you fight. You're a knight and you fight monsters, and the boss battles are very unforgiving. Much like the U.S. Congress.
Are you trying to save a princess?
I don't think so. I think you're some kind of resurrected medieval. It's very dark and gloomy.
Do you have a little girl who follows you around?
No, those are the games you like. Lucy's obsessed with playing The Last of Us, where a little girl follows around a big man. But no, it's no little girl in Dark Souls. You would nerf Dark Souls, wouldn't you? Dark Souls gets a lot of attention because people get mad every few years because they won't add an easy mode to Dark Souls. Now, I never played the Souls games. As the Soulsborne games, as they're called, because it's a Bloodborne. But do you think games should always have an easy mode?
No, I mean that's kind of pathetic that anyone would even admit to needing an easy mode.
Wow.
No, I like playing on easy mode sometimes.
Sure.
Because you can just get a bunch of stuff and then go berserk.
Okay, yeah.
You know, in Last of Us, you can get a bunch of Molotovs, a bunch of nail bombs, and then just go crazy. On those hunters.
And you're just burning people alive.
Yeah.
Do you like the way it sounds when they burn alive?
I do like
You would love Red Dead Redemption. We could burn a horse alive.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just setting horses on fire.
I would never hurt a horse.
I was hurting them so many times.
In a video game.
I mean, it gives you dishonor points. It doesn't let you thrive as a it doesn't treat you like a good man for hurting your horse, but I didn't care.
Do you get dishonor points for killing a horse?
Oh yeah, even if you're like in a battle.
I like that.
Like typically, if you kill a person and you get away with it, you get honor taken. But if you're part of like a mission or something and you're shooting at people like if they shoot you, but if you shoot their horse, you get dishonor. Even if the person doesn't give you dishonor, but shooting the horse does. So you would think you shoot a horse and the guy will fall off. It's true, and I do it.
You also said that you killed clan members.
I did. You find clan members, you can shoot them. Did
the clan members just start attacking you?
I mean, they're all in if you really suck at the game, I guess they might. But I mean, they had most of them dead by the time they knew what was going on. It was a real mass shooting situation. So yeah, these are the kind of games. So we'll play Dark Souls, we'll play Red Dead, and you can watch me kill horses. This is gonna end up in trouble, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be screaming as sending these while I shoot a horse, and someone's gonna post that when I get SNL. I'm gonna get SNL, and they're gonna say, "Hey, Lauren Michaels, your boy here shooting horses and lighting them on fire," and I'm gonna be in deep shit. So yeah, this guy was sounding off on that. I don't even show this guy's video because F him, but F him, fuck him. What is this? F him. I'm already censoring myself for Twitch. But play Metroid Dread. It's a fantastic game. I've gone through all the other Metroids in the past week. I played Metroid Zero Mission and Fusion. It's great fun. You have a comment about that?
No.
I should play Lion King?
It sounds like great fun.
I should play Lion King?
Not as fun as the Lion King game, but sure.
We're gonna have a lot.
And not as difficult.
I'm going to do a head-on-head battle with you, and we're going to play Lion King, and I'm going to beat you.
We could do a little split screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to set this up. I'm going to do it for charity, and charity is to be called Money Given to Kump. I love all these like broke ass speedrunner kids like giving money to charity. Just buy some food. These kids are all skinny and like buy some whey protein powder. Why are you giving all your money to charity? Let Bill Gates solve the world's problems. You know. Speaking of tech people who murder, theoretically. Facebook has gone through. So I'm hearing a lot of buzz about Facebook in the past couple of weeks. They're doing something new.
Yeah.
This is some kind of Meta. They changed their name to Facebook Meta.
It's now Facebook Meta.
I'm not totally. Can we get? I have some ideas, but can you look up what? Just so we have a starting point, because I was barely aware of this until today. And I think other people might be in the dark too. So can we just get like a brief?
A little explainer.
Well, not just a video. Just like Google what is Facebook Meta.
Well, this is Mark Zuckerberg's talking about it.
Right, but I don't want to. Okay, well, let's bring in the Zuck then.
I've been thinking a lot about our identity as we begin this next chapter. Facebook is one of the most used products in the history of the world. It is an iconic social media brand, but increasingly, it just doesn't encompass everything that we do. Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger,
bullying children,
Quest, now Horizon, Nazare, and more.
Alternate elections.
Getting Muslims killed in Myanmar.
Racism.
Will always be an important focus for us. But right now, our brand is so tightly linked to one product that it can't possibly represent everything that we're doing today, let alone in the future. Over time, I hope that we are seen as a metaverse company. And I want to anchor our work and our identity on what we are building towards.
What is the metaverse?
We just announced that we are making a fundamental change to our company. We're now looking at and reporting on our business as two different segments. One for our family of apps, and one for our work on future platforms.
What are you talking about?
It is time for us.
What's a metaverse? Is this a thing where you have like an NFT on your virtual wall, and then you bring children to your house?
Well, it's virtual reality. They're getting into virtual reality now, Facebook.
Wait, so like I'm gonna have like people like saying like posting FBI crime statistics on my wall, like my literal like kitchen wall. I'm eating eggs. Someone's gonna be like, here's the murder rates per demographic. I'm like, I don't want this. Who do you think commits all the? Shut up.
Now when Hillary Clinton is doing, satanic rituals in a meme, she'll actually be doing them like in front of. It's like she's there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna be in the shower, and then some guy's gonna be telling me, showing me a picture of some kid that Hillary had murdered.
Yeah. I
think I'm in the shower. This is the metaverse. I'm trying to wash my ass here. But what? So is this when we go underground once the air gets poisoned?
This is gonna be like, I assume maybe it works with Oculus or something.
Stop advertising for Mark Zuckerberg here.
I mean,
Oculus.
It seems like a very promising venture.
Am I gonna have to wear
for all Americans?
Am I gonna have to like wear an Oculus to like buy bread? I just want.
You get virtual bread now.
Yeah, but how am I gonna? I mean, look, for me, it's fine. I should eat less bread, but like, how are people gonna eat? Do I have to like? Do I when I call Seamless? Do I have to like now see them?
It's.
I want to order a pizza. Is it gonna be like am I in the pizza shop and I'm and they're gonna be watching them piss all over my pizza?
It's gonna be less like eating and more like an eating experience. Like an
that's what Stalin told people.
Experience.
That's what Stalin and Mao told everyone. It's the experience of not eating. Not eating can be just as rewarding as eating. Kulak.
What?
What? No, you go on.
The kulaks were like landowners, right?
I think they were they were the farmers who had a surplus, I guess, and like Stalin was like, we gotta kill these guys.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
They went after the friends of the kulaks.
That's what I heard from Jordan Peterson.
And then
as I was cleaning my room to his audiobook.
Well, isn't that fucking guy's book?
What book?
Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like that fraud.
Yeah.
Like that guy who's he probably spent one day in like in lockup for being drunk, and he acted like he was in the gulag.
Well, apparently I may have mentioned this before, but it's like they brought that at some point the Soviet Union sent out his ex-wife. His ex-wife started doing press.
Solzhenitsyn, right?
Saying like this guy's full of shit.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to tell who to believe in that case, because he could
probably
be a
not the Soviet Union. Then again, like it's like, do you believe America? Like, I have less inclination to believe Stalin. I mean, as cynical as I'm trying to be, it's like, oh, hey, this guy's saying they're bad, and then Stalin's saying he's not so much. Hey, so get that whore wife of his out there and shut him up. We're talking about the guy who wrote Gulag Archipelago, for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Solzhenitsyn.
A great work of fantasy.
Yeah. It's the Hunger Games Part 4. The real Hunger Games. I guess we'll go on with this. Sure.
Okay.
Is there more?
Yeah.
To adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce
it's a circle
that starting
changing
today,
colors.
our company is now Meta.
Okay, so
Our mission remains the same.
Can we bring this logo up on the screen? It looks like a pair of tits.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like an infinity symbol.
It's too wobbly to be an infinity symbol.
Yeah, it's like it's just tits. Now I find it interesting. They've been called out by this woman who went to Congress a couple weeks ago, and she was saying that like what was she saying, that she was
whistleblower.
The whistleblower. So what was her point? That she was the one. Was she telling Congress that she was bullying people online, and but now she feels bad? Because she kept talking about kids.
I was threatening all those women with rape, and they didn't stop me.
Right.
No, I think she was saying that they could have done more with like the election, the 2016 election or something.
Done more, what, get Hillary to get
to get Hillary elected.
Well, that's not a great argument.
They could have done more to rig it in Hillary's favor.
Yeah. But apparently, look, she's made them look bad. She kept saying how like kids are getting abused on Instagram. We're calling them fat. We're calling them foreign. We're doing all sorts of shit, and now they look bad. So they're changing their name to Meta. Now we watched the documentary a couple weeks ago. This reminds me of. Do you remember?
Which documentary?
The one about the Malice at the Palace.
Oh, right.
If you're not familiar with the Malice at the Palace, it was was it 2004? I think it was 2004 or 5. It was a game between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons that, in which, amongst other people, Ron Artest, I think he was the main instigator probably, started punching fans. It was a fight between players that ended up becoming a fight between players and fans. And it was a dark stain on the NBA. And in response to all the bad press he was getting, and look, Ron Artest had a lot of troubled issues. I'm not here to shit on Ron Artest. I love the guy. But he changed his name to what? Do you remember?
What?
Meta World Peace.
Oh, right.
So they're taking a page of Meta World Peace's book. Facebook is doing a Meta. They're doing a Ron Artest. They've punched the fans. They've gotten into the crowd. They've started throwing. Were they throwing trash cans at the fans, or were the fans throwing trash cans at them?
No, the fans were throwing trash at them.
Right.
But they were just beating the fans.
Yeah, I mean, a fan was look, there's this fat, little fat Italian kid is posturing himself at me, a 7-foot, athlete. So I gotta defend myself. I just leveling the guy.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I kind of agree with them on that one. Because don't posture at a 7-foot guy.
The guy was barely posturing. He wasn't he was
at a stance. He was trying to be a tough guy.
Look, he was trying to be a tough. Look, I think everyone involved.
You can't just be like, oh, I threatened the 7-foot guy and he hit me. It's like, yeah.
I'm saying this. I'm trying to be a little reasonable. I think if you raise your hands to an athlete, you should be killed by the athlete. Don't get me wrong. If you actually raise your hand, these people should all be in jail. All these fans.
Yeah.
That being said, when you're a guy with the build of if the whole crowd's on top of you like Zombieland, then go to town.
So it's you just think the rule is like you have to look at everyone as a woman. Like it's like every
look, that's a great way of putting it. And that guy is more. I mean, that guy had less of a shot than you have against me.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not. But I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not here to vilify guys like Meta. But like, you didn't have to hit him that hard. Like at one point where like the other guy, Steven Jackson, sees some guy throw a beer in a guy's face. And so he just the hardest punch I've seen on video in a while. It was such a hard punch. And he just dropped this guy. So, I mean, reasonable. I'm saying a little reasonable. But whatever. But Facebook is taking the page out of Meta.
Right.
World Peace's rule book or playbook. And, because that's what Facebook is. Facebook is just picking on your kids. Facebook is turning your kids into little advertisements. Little what do you call it?
Content machines.
Content farms, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, what do you feel excited about this?
I am very excited. I can't wait to get on Meta. I wonder if Meta will Meta follow the same rules of like, remember when Facebook first started and you could only get on it if you got an invite? Like,
Barely.
But like maybe Meta goes by the same rules.
Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps you have to be invited to offer your kids up to be treated like hey, like you remember those like am I hot apps?
Yeah.
It would be like is my kid fat app? Does my kid deserve to be shot app? That's what they're going for here. Is there another video we had?
There is. This one has a young woman in a leather jacket who's telling him it. But this is part of a video that's almost an hour and a half long.
Right.
That explains it. But this is him talking to some lady who works for Facebook Meta.
Don't gender people.
A lot of people are going to step into the metaverse for the first time. It already has some of the most fully built out digital goods, the most active creator and developer communities, and major platforms like Epic are working to build out the metaverse, starting with gaming. For our part, we're heavily investing in building a healthy VR and AR ecosystem, so the game studios can keep building and gaming creators can keep creating. Now, Deb from our studios team is joining me. Deb, do you want to take us through some of the exciting games in the pipeline for Quest?
Absolutely. Over the
She's
years,
very excited.
we've had the opportunity to work with incredible developers like Vertigo Games. The studio
I've never heard of Vertigo.
Favorite, Arizona Sunshine.
I love Arizona Sunshine. That game basically got me and my friends through the first few
Arizona Sunshine?
Awesome.
That's awesome. Wait, she's so excited that him and his friends sat around in your underwear playing Arizona Sunshine?
Do you know what Arizona
It's
Sunshine
some
is?
bullshit mobile game, probably like fucking stupid Farmville and Words for Friends. This motherfucker wants to like mortgage the future of like of the world's like social currency on like bullshit free to play games. I'm talking about Metroid Dread here and Red Dead. I mean, people play games already. They talk to each other while they're playing games. We don't need to like allow Mark Zuckerberg to turn our children into like fucking, fat jokes on the internet so that we can play mobile games together. This is absurd. Keep going a little bit.
If you enjoyed that, Mark, I think you'll be excited that we're partnering with Vertigo on 5 more great games from Deep Silver and others. We'll share more about this lineup.
5 more games.
Nice. What else is coming?
The metaverse is constantly evolving. So one of the most important aspects will be live service games that launch updates and new downloadable content regularly, like Echo VR, Beat Saber, Onward, Pistol Whip, and more. We're focused on this a lot.
Pause this. I mean, this is, look, the reality is if you follow anything about gaming over the past few, games as live services is a problem because, like, when you buy the new Madden or the new FIFA, you don't just have the game. You gotta, like, pay for players. You gotta pay for updates. Like, you know, when you buy this Star Wars Battlefront shit, like, I don't play that, but like, you know, but they try, like, it's a live service, and like we're gonna keep updating it, and you're paying out the ass for it. You're paying subscription fees and season passes, but at least they're actual games.
Right.
At least they're games people want to play. No one wants to play. What was that? Like Bobby's barbecue game? Whatever the fuck these are called? Pistol Whip and Beat Saber.
You're not excited for Pistol Whip?
I'm not excited for Pistol Whip. I mean, the level of, like, when they're talking about VR, I mean, the immersive experience of a thing like Red Dead Redemption where I can burn a horse to death. Can I burn a horse to death in Beat Saber? I want to burn horses. Can I shoot people and throw them into alligator pits? That's what you can do in video games now, and they're talking about Beat Saber. This is insane. This is a guy who's just like, is he even a human being? What is the purpose of Facebook anymore? This used to be a thing where you fucked.
Wait, really?
Well, like,
was it ever a thing where you fucked?
I mean, not on Facebook, but like you met women on Facebook.
Really?
People hooked up off. Yes, that was the whole point of Facebook. Is you could like find people in your class and fuck them.
Oh yeah.
If you're a teacher, I mean. But no, but like it was a hook, like it was a quasi hookup app. That's why the whole in relationship status thing was a thing.
Right.
And everyone should stop using that, I think. But it's become, I mean, if I've never imagined the future would be this boring. This fucking nerds allow. I mean, can't you at least hire a guy who like doesn't look like, you know, a skeleton's fucking Undertaker?
Yeah.
He looks like the guy who, like, when you go to bury your mom in a funeral home, he's like, you know, you really not gonna spend the money for a oak casket? Come on, do the right thing.
He looks like the corpse after they put the makeup on.
Yes,
like still not quite human.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who, you know, if you were a necrophiliac, you wouldn't fuck him because he doesn't even seem like a person. Because necrophiliacs don't fuck mannequins, right?
No,
and he wouldn't fuck Zuckerberg.
They want a real meaty dead woman.
Yeah, or man.
Yeah. And
he's neither. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not very excited about this. I think it's I don't know. What I mean, do you think we should live in the metaverse?
Why not? We should try it. I mean, you know, we're talking about moving to England. We're talking about moving to all these places. Why not try living in the metaverse?
Okay, so like, why not just live in the equivalent of like Alta Vista circa 1998? Yeah, we can either live in London, one of the world's great cities, or live in a fucking web browser from the 90s. What do you mean?
What if we lived in London but spent most of our time in the metaverse?
Okay, so we live in London.
I feel like this is going to be big in London.
So we're going to live in London, in like some flop house, where everyone's shooting heroin, and we're going to be in the corner with our Oculus Rifts, just doing what? Farming strawberries in Farmville?
Yeah.
I mean, what about this excites you?
Well, I like the idea of everybody has their little avatar. I could be a horse.
You want to be a horse?
Yeah.
I just spoke for 10 minutes about how I want to burn horses, and you're going to show. What if I accidentally set you on fire with a Molotov?
But accidentally.
Well, I mean, I thought you were a horse.
How does that happen accidentally?
Because I willfully did it to a horse.
I feel like you're just
laying the groundwork.
Yeah, you're just laying down an alibi for when you intentionally burn me. My horse avatar.
You know I have a penchant to burn horses, and then you go galloping around in our shared metaverse, in a metaverse mansion. I mean, there's literally people on NFT Twitter are like, I don't think it was a joke even. They're like, how can we disable the right click save on these NFTs? Because people are buying little JPEGs NFTs. You familiar with this?
Yeah.
And then other people are just saving them.
Non-fungal tokens.
There's a picture. You buy a picture, and there's a fucking stupid picture, and you're spending $10 million for it. Digital art.
Yeah.
This is not a brave new world. This is the last desperate scam before it all collapses. This is like the last, like, hey, why don't you just put this fucking, what do you call it? Put this fucking blindfold on, and we'll just put you in the metaverse. I mean, while they're raping you and fucking you and taking your shit, while you're diddling with your fucking horse in meta on meta.com,
yeah.
whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's still going to be Facebook, but it's going to be part of the meta.
It's going to be part of the meta universe.
I mean, people were freaking out about Bill Gates and his vaccine stuff. How are we not losing our minds over this? This is the end of... If we allow this to happen, I mean, it'll probably just be a slow decline anyway, but this is worse than anything. These stupid... I mean, if he teamed up with Rockstar Games and said, you're gonna live in Grand Theft Auto world, at least those guys have a hype beast in GTA 5 and like cool blimps, and you can do cool stuff. These games are like shitty like cell phone games.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to submit to a cell phone game company?
I mean, even living in Among Us would be cool.
No, that's a cell phone. That's a cell phone game.
Yeah, but it's one of the better ones.
It's a bunch of pixel art.
Or Telltale.
That company's defunct, babe.
The
company's gone out of business.
The Clementine Walking Dead game.
That company has gone out of business.
Well, Facebook could bring it back.
I mean, I don't understand. So you want to entrust your digital soul to a company that can't even profit off of like valuable IP. Like we had The Walking Dead and Batman and something else too, and we couldn't even keep our company going. But here, trust my digital consciousness to these people. I'm gonna live in your metaverse.
Yeah,
this is insanity.
You could walk around.
You might as well live in
the Walking Dead Telltale game.
You might as well like just go live in a crackhead's brain. That's what we're doing.
I would live in a crackhead's brain.
No, you wouldn't. Stop saying that. You always say that. It's just I don't know. It's a brave new world out there. I mean, what are the perks of this?
I mean, look, I don't know. Honestly, it seems bad.
You just like this digital.
No, I mean, I don't like it. Look, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here, but it sounds horrible to me.
They're gonna steal.
I'm trying to look on the bright side.
It's bad.
But if you want to tear down the facade, yeah, this is probably gonna kill us somehow.
Oh yeah. I guess we'll move on. We'll do this week's Batman, which isn't a Batman, but since it's Halloween, I brought another Joker out. This is the White Knight Joker.
Why is his gun so long?
I forget if this one came with the figure or not. I think it did. It's just that's Joker's fun long gun. Yeah, I think he first had it in the first Batman movie.
Yeah,
I think just give it to him sometimes, even when he doesn't deserve it. It's a comically long gun. It doesn't really fit even in this story so much. The story is I mentioned before when I had the White Knight Batman on one of the first figures I showed. Is that the Joker actually becomes sane, and he decides to go after Batman through like almost like The Wire. Like he's basically accusing Batman of cruelty and what's the word? What the cops do?
But he's doing.
What the cops do?
He's going.
What the cops
he's
do?
pursuing him. He's investigating.
Listen to me. What do the cops do? Abuse. What's the word? Excessive force.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So is he doing this sincerely, or is it like?
Yes. Well, no. I don't know. In the beginning, Batman shoves a bunch of pills down his throat, which arguably is not a great thing to do. And then he decides to get even by like going straight. Now the figure actually comes with a not white face too, but I like this one because it's the Joker. It's just some white guy. It's the Joker, but eventually he forms his own police task force to go after criminals and Batman, and then Batman goes to war with them. So I don't know. Was it confusing?
Wait, but why? So the police, the Joker comes out and says, "I'm sane now," and
Yes.
the police just immediately let him have a task force.
There's a few pages in between. I forget exactly what happened.
Is Gordon in charge of the police?
Gordon's not in love with this, but he's. I think he has cancer in this one.
Okay.
And his daughter and Nightwing, because Batgirl, they joined the GTO, the Gotham Task.
They join Joker's police force?
It gets to the point he starts getting the public on his side, and Batman just keeps doing things that just he's not helping his own case.
Okay.
And so Batman, it's been a while since I read it, but Look.
And so they go, hey, Batman's out of control.
Well, there's
the
a
only
whole
person who can handle this is this person who's behind multiple terrorist attacks.
Look, he's got a past. He's definitely got a past.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a subplot or a through plot where basically there's like a slum area of Gotham where Batman, like in the beginning, he's just driving the Batmobile over to houses in this fucking in this neighborhood where poor people live and then underprivileged people, and that's part of the and there's just and Joker discovers there's a Batman fund. Like $1 billion a year fund to pay for everything Batman ruins. But by the end of the story, you realize Bruce Wayne was paying for that.
Right.
But that they don't say that. So you're like, oh, look, Batman's costing the city $1 billion a year by just fucking chasing criminals around. How's this helping anything? And then he goes and he runs for mayor or something. But then Harley Quinn, there's 2 Harley Quinns. And then the new Harley, I'm forgetting now exactly how it went, but there's 2 Harley Quinns, and then the old Harley Quinn becomes the Neo Joker, and so Batman and him have to join forces
to defeat Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Ah.
And she has a gang, and it turns out Batman was paying people all along.
Huh.
By paying his own bills, even though he blow up a school to catch the Joker and go, but he'd pay for it. Like, oh, look, and these kids, he'll give them laptops to do remote. I mean, now everyone does remote learning, but these kids are bitching that they do remote learning.
He does a Scott's Tots thing.
Yeah. Scott's Tots. You get a free battery. I bought the hard copy so you could read it, but you never read it.
No. No, you've tried to get me into comic books. I haven't really.
I mean, you read Sandman. You read Sandman.
I have been reading some Sandman.
I have voluminous copies of Batman comics on the.
Eventually, I'll read them.
But you want to read Neil Gaiman's What is the Sandman about?
It's about it's about sort of this god of sleep.
So lame.
Who comes out and he gets trapped in a little snow globe and then he escapes. And there's all these like stories kind of surrounding him. And there's one really cool one called 24-Hour Diner, where the god of dreaming, which is different than the god of sleep,
of course,
comes into a diner and casts a spell on all these like diner patrons, and it gets really
rapes them?
And it gets kind of
really
it gets really gory.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that could be fun. And then at the end, Batman rapes him with his own dick. That's the problem with Neil Gaiman's Sandman. You don't have a good conclusion like Batman coming in and force feeding people pills.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you think this is? Could you not see yourself living in a world where the Joker was a cop? Would that bother you?
I just think the entire time I would be like, how is this the solution to anything?
Well, that's how a lot of people talk about the cops these days.
I
mean, yeah.
I think.
Oh, you're a murderer. You're a murderer. Yeah, people call the cops murderers now. I'm not saying that's the case per se, but
the cops have a lot of problems. I don't see how
your liberal friends are the ones you basically treat the cops like Joker anyway.
Look, the cops. There's
your
a lot of problems
friends.
with the cops. I don't think replacing all the cops with Jokers would make things. I think it would probably make things worse. Because I'm also not convinced that like the Joker isn't racist. Like he'd probably still be like doing racist shit.
I mean,
when he isn't doing.
I've never heard him say the N word ever.
Plans to catch Batman.
Never seen a Joker say the N word.
Well, look, a lot of racists won't nowadays because it's they use dog whistles.
I've never seen the Joker doesn't dog whistle. I mean, maybe you can probably show me some examples of the Joker, going on Tucker Carlson and talking about demographics.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? But usually he's just stabbing people and hitting them with crowbars and cutting their faces off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he gets stuff done. Maybe he could get his universal health care.
Well, like he's like a Giuliani. He cleans the streets.
I mean, you kill him. I would not vote for Giuliani now, but I mean, he cleaned up the streets. You don't think he cleaned the streets up? I
have heard that he cleaned up the streets.
I mean, people like I don't necessarily think he it was all him, but I mean, you got to think this guy had something to do with it.
I mean, yeah, look.
That he just happened to become mayor at the exact moment that like crime just stopped happening.
I have heard tales.
I mean, you can argue the policies weren't worth it. You can argue that, but you can't argue it didn't work, right? Like, it's just you can, but I'm just saying, it's people want to go, well, this was like overreach. All right, well, like then we dial it back, right? I don't know. I want the Joker to be the mayor.
Why? What do you think? Why do you think he'd be a good mayor?
He's got a funny face. I like the way he laughs when he's killing people. Then Batman would probably come around more often.
That's true.
You know, get to see Batman in the sky.
Yeah, what kind of nerd is gonna be like, yeah, I'll vote for the Joker because, you know, I'm tired of wasting money when you get to see Batman all the time.
Probably some nerd who's like, you know, Batman killed his mom by mistake.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to catch the penguin.
Yeah.
He fucking shot a batarang right through his mom's lung.
That does happen sometimes.
Remember that batarang thing I showed you? Yeah. Well, that went to your lung. That's his kid's mom. Crying like a little beta boy. Little beta boy because he's got a dead mom.
Well, look, if his mom got killed by the batarang.
The batarang.
The
batarang. The jail batarang.
If he got killed by the batarang, then okay, fair enough.
Well, I mean, think about how often Batman goes.
I just don't like the idea of a fiscal conservative who's against Batman.
Sure. I mean, who are the fiscal conservatives again?
That just there's somebody who's like, oh, it's costing us $1 billion. Who cares? It's Batman.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like, you know, how much does a Predator drone cost?
Yeah.
Batman should probably get some Predator drones. Some pilot today got kicked off. Like, I don't know what happened. So some pilot. Have you heard of Let's Go Brandon?
No.
Let's Go Brandon. This pilot on, I think, Southwest got on the intercom, and I guess when they were getting off the plane, and he said, "Let's go, Brandon." Which, try to guess what that means.
Oh, Let's Go, Brandon?
Yeah.
I've heard of this, but I have no idea what it means.
Guess. Use your powers of guessing.
Let's say, okay, maybe Brandon is like a hunter who who killed an antelope.
What?
And then he was posing with the antelope for social media, and he got canceled.
And so you think this movement of Let's Go Brandon is to support the antelope hunter?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a fair enough guess. It actually means fuck Joe Biden.
Oh.
But I like your version better. We're just supporting big game hunters. Or does antelope count though as big game hunting?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, guys, antelope.
Maybe there were some endangered species of antelope.
Imagine killing a lion, but it was just the dumbest lion ever.
Yeah.
Just like Simba from The Lion King. That shit lion. No, apparently it's this thing where it was a race where someone... I have to fucking find it. I don't know. They were at some race and were they saying fuck Joe Biden? And they were saying, let's go. I think it was like they were saying fuck Joe Biden. Like people were chanting it. And the commentator on the news was like, they're saying let's go Brandon. Because that's the one who won the race.
Yeah.
And so that's become a meme now, I guess, or a verbal meme. So people just write, you know, I don't know why though. In this day and age, why do you need to hide it?
Right.
Just say fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah, I mean,
how much of a pussy do you have to be in this day and age to not just, like, no one's going to, everyone, it's never been more divisive, it's never been more toxic, and then people are still acting like you're the Marquis de Sade or whoever the fuck, and you have to, like we were Shakespeare, and who the guy who wrote Shakespeare was.
Yeah, or those Christians who came up with the 12 Days of Christmas.
What?
Wasn't the 12 Days of Christmas some Catholic shit? Like it was some
kind
of
a Christmas song.
Like Catholics, like it was illegal to be Catholic, and so they came up.
How does that help? It's a Christmas song.
Yeah, but there were probably some other kind of Christianity was in vogue.
When was this?
And the 12 Days of Christmas are supposed to represent like some Catholic shit. I don't know.
Now Google this because now I can't think of anything else. Google it for me. What the hell are you talking? I mean, was there a time? Are you talking about like in Protestant England in like the 1600s? Like I'm King William and Mary or whatever, and it's like, oh, you better be Episcopalian, and like, whoa, I got 6 dozen pheasants.
Oh shit! I was right. I thought I completely. I thought this is. I thought I was gonna be.
You thought you fucked up?
I thought I fucked up, but.
All right, so clue us in.
Okay, the 12 Days of Christmas. This is from. This is from Facebook Meta News. I don't know.
Facebook Meta News?
Oh no, this is from ABC. It has like sort of a Facebook Meta type symbol.
It's got its own tits.
There's 3 tits. Okay.
The third tit is the Holy Spirit.
The 12 Days of Christmas, usually interpreted to be a countdown to Christmas Day by marketers.
What?
I don't know what the fuck that means. May have been, in fact, a secret teaching tool for Catholics during the 18th and 19th century. While the original songwriter is unknown, the English version first appeared in a children's book in 1780. Blah, 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 blah. The carol was a secret catechism for Catholics in England when Catholicism was persecuted during the War of Religions from Henry VIII to 1829.
Okay, so but how golden eggs, whatever the fuck, fit into this?
Yeah, I don't know.
6 golden rings. What are these golden rings? I got 5 golden rings. What's that, the Olympics?
Maybe there's some fucking... Oh, okay. According to Miss Neal, I don't know who the fuck that is, each item in the 12 Days of Christmas song was a metaphor for a Bible story.
This is the dumbest rule. I don't want to be Catholic anymore. I don't think it makes sense.
On the first day of... Okay, for example...
Okay.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree, symbolizing God, true love, and Jesus Christ, the partridge.
Oh, fuck, dude. What? How does that work? That's like when you take an English class and they're trying to tell you that, like, you know, I was in a film class and I got so mad because people were just making shit up, right? The symbolism and stuff. And I was like, meet me in St. Louis about Japanese internment camps, and they praised me for it. And this is the same thing. This is the same thing with people just bullshit professors. Oh, this is about the Garden of Eden with an apple. Like, what? The pheasant.
Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't really make sense to me, but somebody did say it.
There's a picture of the Pope with a dove with some dumb woman. Some dumb kid. Why does the Pope have kids?
Oh, apparently the fucking Pope acknowledges this.
The Pope's a dumb asshole.
He releases a dove because the 2 turtle doves represent the Old and New Testaments.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I just think your Pope is making you just make up horse shit. This is what he does. I mean, like, I'm all for him saying gay people don't go to hell anymore or whatever he said, but, like, you can't just make up dumb shit like this. And, like, I should be the Pope. You know what I'd do if I was the Pope?
What would you do?
I'd make a metaverse. a Christian metaverse. and I make you buy Pope NFTs, and I just take the money and go to Ibiza.
Did they ever do like a tour of the Pope's house?
You mean the Vatican?
Yeah, where he lives.
The Vatican?
Yeah, but do you get to see like his bedroom?
I don't know if you see his bedroom. I doubt you see his bedroom. I mean why don't you, look, we're already doing this. Why don't you Google, just type it into Google? Can I tour the Pope's bedroom? Creep.
I'm just gonna Google. Can I see the Pope's bedroom?
Yeah, let's see. Where he probably does he have like one of those holes in his bed like he does in that chair where like when they test his balls? You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what?
When you become Pope, there's a chair you have to sit in.
Yeah.
It has a hole in it, and people thought it was to shit into, but it was actually.
Why would you have to shit into a hole?
Well, you don't. But why else would there be a hole in the chair? But the reality, what the reality is. They wanted to make sure the Pope has balls. So if someone tucks under there and checks that there's balls there. Because at one point, I forget when, some woman got herself elected Pope.
Ah.
You're not listening. You're busy Googling. You're not even listening to my story.
So, okay.
So they go under there and they grab his balls. And they make sure they're real balls. Okay.
All right,
whatever.
Is that true?
I'm telling you, yes, it's true. You're not even paying attention to me. Pause the Googling for a second.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to find the Pope's bedroom.
I understand, but I mean, I'm trying to have a conversation here. It's a podcast. I'm talking to your ear while you're looking at the Pope's fucking stupid, some cot he sleeps on next to a Glade plug-in.
It doesn't seem like it's that great. It's just a bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you want to see the Pope's bedroom? You think he talks to God at night?
I don't know. I just wanted to see, like, do they set him up? Do they do it up, or does he have to just sleep in some shitty bed?
He can sleep wherever he wants. He probably look whatever they're showing you is fake anyway. He probably sleeps in somewhere like 40 miles from the Vatican that's got a bunch of fucking sex going on. This Pope fucks, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, like everyone in Vatican City fucks. It's like an open secret. The whole thing's one big orgy. They're just fucking sucking. Some like head cardinal had like one of those documentaries. Alex Gibney docs had like the one of the main cardinals in charge of like the piety or whatever the fuck was like. He ran like a gay nightclub. Which is fine. I mean, I don't care if it was gay, but it just seemed like you know, it was like a sex club.
That sounds fun.
It does sound fun. I mean, you probably shouldn't be doing it as a cardinal.
I mean, look, you probably shouldn't be doing it and then telling gay people they're going to hell.
That's what I'm saying. You probably shouldn't be, like telling people they have to, like, you know, come inside your wife every 5 seconds, or else they're going to go to hell. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're just dumping loads into a sink.
Now, but if they change their policy on it.
Well, then, yeah, if the Catholic Church stops being the Catholic Church, then you don't whatever, you know, pansexual nightclub you want.
Then it might be the coolest religion ever.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
And they started openly doing the sex parties.
I mean, what if they start openly...
Without children, obviously.
I was going to say, what if they start openly fucking kids?
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be good.
That's one of their main gimmicks.
That's true.
Is hypocrisy the biggest problem, really? Anyway. I have this article here very quickly. Pete Buttigieg dressed up one of his new children as or both of them, I guess, as a traffic cone. And he called it Twinfrastructure.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, does this not seem like a CIA guy just like buying kids on the black market? And like doing like Facebook photo ops? Look, my kid's dressed as a traffic cone. I'm getting on the transportation secretary. I didn't kill that Seth Rich.
Oh, this is terrible.
You think Buttigieg shot Seth Rich? That's that intern guy, right? With Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if it was Buttigieg. And right before he shot him, he's like, Twinfrastructure. That's his fucking MO.
No, wait. So he does have twins, and they're both traffic cones.
Well, they adopted them. Don't you remember? Last week we talked about the paid family leave stuff.
Oh right.
And he got flack for taking 6 weeks or whatever off of the transportation department to dress up his new adopted children as props on the internet. That's a.
I mean, look, it's. I guess it's.
It's not. I don't like taking cheap shots because like, oh, he's a liberal or Democrat or whatever. I like taking cheap shots because he's an obviously CIA shill who's like, you know, trying to worm his way into politics, much like George H.W. Bush, but he's just not as maybe it's just a different time. You know, maybe Bush wasn't any more charismatic. I feel like Bush wouldn't have done that. Bush wouldn't, but like he would have said, "Hey, why don't you dress up your kid as a traffic cone?" And Bush would have been like, no. Well, I'm gonna eat a mayonnaise sandwich and go to sleep. So yeah, I don't know. You voted for him famously, right?
Buttigieg?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a Buttigieg girl.
What was Buttigieg's? What was his big policy? Do you remember? Did he have anything?
No, he was a shill. Like
Yeah.
he was the guy who was obviously like he was young enough that he seemed more progressive than the rest.
His whole thing was I'm electable, right?
Yeah.
Even though Joe Biden won.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I know Joe Biden's a crazy man, right? And he's not that fun anymore. And you know he's fucked everything up for everyone. Apparently, I'm not taking his side. But who called this originally? I did, because crazy Joe Biden used to go on and just yell at people all the time, and yell about shotguns and his friend Corn Pop. And I called Biden. I called Trump. I have my finger on. I should be one of these guys on CNN or Fox News or anything, calling these. I mean, the next election is going to be whoever I say it is.
Probably.
Mark Zuckerberg.
But I think also what fucked over Buttigieg was I think like him and Klobuchar kind of pissed on each other.
Well, she was hitting. They literally pissed on each other.
And then they both, they took shots at each other, and then nobody looked great.
I mean, she was throwing staplers at people.
That's true.
One of the early, I mean, she literally, she would throw, like, she would, like, She would eat salad with a fucking hair comb and then throw a stapler at an intern.
Yeah, she was crazy.
I mean, and this guy's supposed to be a CIA plant, and he doesn't know how to steer clear of Klobuchar? Hey, how about you don't engage the psychopath eating with a comb? She's on an airplane eating with a comb, and he's trying to pick a fight with her. It's like picking a fight with a crazy homeless person.
She's just standing at the podium telling stories about her gambling addict father.
Oh, really?
I don't know, something about she told some fucking gambling advice.
My dad gambled my virginity away. What? It was West Virginia. It was bad. Yeah. So, 2024 Buttigieg.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I have another thing going on here. Meghan Markle, who she's kind of an enemy of the show. I guess you said not enemy. I mean, we're not going to do anything to her, but we don't like her on the show. Her and Harry are a bunch of carpetbaggers from across the pond, and I'm getting sick of her. And apparently, she's getting her nose in our politics again. The star of Suits. She's Meghan Markle surprises nonprofit workers with Starbucks gift cards to help fight for paid leave.
Wait, what?
I'll repeat that. Meghan Markle surprises nonprofit workers with Starbucks gift cards to help fight for paid leave. The kind gesture comes as Meghan Markle wrote an open letter to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. This is People Magazine. People Magazine is trying to put over, look, we'll break the fourth wall. I care that much about Meghan Markle. Whatever. She seems like a fucking fraud, and her husband seems like a fraud. That being said, it's these articles that, like, People Magazine. Why is People Magazine trying to put her over is my biggest problem.
Right.
The kind gesture comes after Meghan Markle wrote an open letter to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer advocating for paid family medical leave, which we mentioned last week in the show. But, like, I
so
don't
do the Starbucks gift cards have like $80,000 on them?
$25. I don't know how this helps. It provides gift cards for employees of the nonprofit, which is working to win. All right. So there's a nonprofit trying to get paid family leave, and Meghan Markle gave employees of the nonprofit gift cards. I don't know how this helps. I mean, if it's a boost morale for them, okay. How is this like a headline on? I'm not saying People Magazine should be, what's the Russian magazine that everyone loved? The Daily Sickle.
What? Wait, what?
What's the communist Russian newspaper they used to have?
I don't know.
All right, well, it would have been a great reference then. But I'm not saying that this should be the People Magazine's the paper of record. But, like, what is People Magazine owned by the Crown? Or the Crown doesn't like her. What is this contingent? This is like Game of Thrones. I guarantee you, there was a third party. There's American government, right? American power. Then there's the British Crown. Then there's something else going on that's trying to get Meghan Markle and Harry to worm their way into America. It's not the British Crown. Unless it's an op. Unless the Queen got together with Meghan and says, you know what everyone would believe? That I'm a fucking racist. So here's what we're going to do, Meghan. We're going to send you over there. We're going to pretend like I called you the whatever word. I'm not even going to say it. I mean, obviously not going to say that. But I'm going to say Imagine for that, like, of all things for this. But yeah, but we're gonna pretend like we abused you, like we were racist, and you're gonna go undercover like The Departed and get into America. Possible. I guess that's possible. You know, and Harry's brother's in on it. And it's a whole big scam. Short of that, is France doing this? Australia. I mean, pick a country. Iraq, try to get even. Afghanistan, are they backed by Afghanistan? Harry and Meghan? I don't know. I just don't know.
Who wrote this?
Glenn Garner. Sounds like a fake name.
Nah.
I mean, and this came out like...
This is written by Osama bin Laden.
Hussein is Hussein. Whatever. It's just a bizarre thing because we did this episode a week ago, right? And then I didn't have much to say about it.
Yeah.
But I was just ranting. I mean, I ranted about Meghan a little bit and her trying to infiltrate. And now this is from today. So a week has gone by, and they're trying to keep the story alive with Starbucks gift cards.
Yeah.
I brought this up as a kind of a joke, a running gag. But I'm starting to think that this is a thing.
She is the real Manchurian candidate.
She is going to shoot someone in the head. I guarantee it. I guarantee you Meghan Markle is going to drink the blood of some American power broker and then take the American throne back. she's going to sit in a throne of skulls. And Harry's just going to be sitting there with a chain around his neck. And Archie, our country's going to be changed. The name is going to be called Archie Well the country. Stupid kid. So anyway. A lot of paranoia this episode.
Yeah.
I'm spreading paranoid. It's Halloween. I'm very scared.
This was a spooky episode.
It was a spooky episode for all the wrong reasons. So this was fun.
Yeah.
Anything you want to bring up?
Nah.
Okay. We got the page. We had the Patreon this weekend, the Kump Dump episode. So if you tune in the Patreon, we talked about fun stuff. We did a horror episode for the Kump Dump tier.
Yeah, a lot of content.
We did all the Halloween episodes, the horror movies. This is a lot of fun. So if you want, the link's in the bio. You can sign up. If not, we'll see you next week and enjoy and have a great week.